Welcome to the Get Fully Funded channel. I'm Sandy Reese, Chief Encouragement Officer here at Get Fully Funded, where we help small nonprofits learn to raise the money they need to fully fund their budget. I am here to help you master the art and science of fundraising tip by tip, and I've got a really good one for you today. But first, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so that every time we upload a new piece of content, you're the first one to know. All right, let's get to this week's tip. One of the best ways that you can spend your time fundraising is to build relationships with your best donors. Now, I'm not talking about foundations or corporations. Let's talk about individuals and to some extent small business and churches and civic groups, but let's talk about individuals for a minute. When you build relationships with those people who you might consider major donors, it gives you so much strength in fundraising because those people, if they really care about your organization and if you build that relationship well, they're always going to be there for you. They've got your back. They care about the work you're doing. And if you ever find yourself in a situation where you're falling a little short of a goal, you can reach out to them. Or if you need a matching gift for a campaign like Giving Tuesday or Year End, they're there. They've got your back. If you need help with a special project or you've got an opportunity or you need a piece of equipment, they are there for you. So this is crazy valuable to have relationships with your best donors. Now, if you are just getting started with major donor work, you may think, I don't really think we have a lot of those donors. You may or you may not. Go have a look at your donor family. Decide how you want to define a major donor at $500, $1,000, or something else, just depending on where you are. There's no hard and fast rule about this. It's about what works in your organization. And then look and see how many of those people do you have right now. Then what I want you to do is look at the rest of your donors in a couple of different ways, because you've probably got what I'll call diamonds in the rough. So major donor prospects already in your donor family. You just don't know it because they haven't self-identified. So some of your major donors they've written you a check for $1,000 or they've given $2,000 on your website. So you know about them. It's the ones you don't know that you want to try to figure out. So here's a way that you can start to identify them. So the first is to look at people who are giving just underneath your major donor threshold. So if you count anybody who gives $500 or more as a major donor, what about the people who are giving $400, $350, even $250? Because chances are good, if you work on building relationships with those people, you can probably upgrade them. So look at those folks who are just underneath that threshold, see what you know about them, pick up the phone and call, shoot them an email, invite them for a tour, get to know them. You might be able to upgrade them and voila, you have new major donors. Also look at people who have been consistently giving for the past several years. Now, if your nonprofit is new, I realize you're going to have to wait a couple of years till you see this, but you're looking for consistency in giving. So if you have people who have given, let's say $100, $150, $200, maybe even $50, but they've been doing it very consistently for several years, those are some people that you also want to spend some time with because they are major donor prospects. They may also be planned giving prospects. That's a whole different conversation. We'll have a whole nother video tip on that. But look for the consistency because those people are showing you with their behavior that they really care about the work your organization is doing. Also look at people who have significant interest in what you're doing. So maybe their giving behavior has been maybe a little erratic. Sometimes they give, sometimes they don't, sometimes it's a high amount, sometimes a low amount, but they are very excited about the work you're doing. Maybe they write you notes when they give. Maybe they email occasionally to ask a question. Maybe you send out a newsletter, they hit reply, they're asking questions. They're engaged more than the average donor. They want to know what's going on. They're showing up at your event. Those people have significant interest. Those are worth a phone call. Those are worth spending a little time getting to know. Interest can translate to larger donations because what drives a donation sometimes is the amount of passion that somebody has for your organization. The more they care about your work, the more likely they are to find the funds to help cover specific needs or to help you grow the organization because they're excited about the work that you're doing. So there you go. You may already have people right around you who are major donor prospects, and you just need to go have a look at people who are giving right below your major donor threshold, people who have been consistent, and people who are very excited about the work your organization is doing. Work on cultivating them, get to know them, find out what interests them, and then ask them how they might want to get more involved. Ask them if they want to be part of a special project. See if you can match their interests with a need your organization has, and you're probably going to find yourself with a whole bunch of new major donors really quick. If you like this video, there's plenty more where this one came from. Be sure to subscribe and click the notification bell so that every time we add a new tip, you're the first to find out. I don't want you to miss a single thing.